What is original sin? You've probably heard Christians use this term before. It's sometimes referred to as a lack of original righteousness. Adam and Eve, made in the garden, they were made good. They were made holy in the sight of God. But they rebelled against God. They did the exact opposite of what He told them to do. And so they lost that holiness. And so while Adam and Eve were made in the image of God, their firstborn, Cain, was born in the image of Adam. So also their secondborn, Abel, and their thirdborn, Seth. And that affects all humanity. So Psalm 51:5 tells us that in sin did my mother conceive me. And then in Romans 5:12, it tells us, therefore, just as sin entered the world through one man, and death through sin, and in this way death came to all men, because all sinned. Original sin is what twisted our nature. Not that people are evil, but that our nature has been twisted, been corrupted. C.S. Lewis kind of emphasizes this in his Space Trilogy by calling us bent, or bent ones, that we're no longer rightly oriented towards God. This is original sin, that we're wrongly oriented away from God, that everything in us is in rebellion to God until we hear His word, until the Spirit comes to us and renews our heart, renews our spirit, makes us new creations, and then we become rightly oriented to God. Original sin manifests itself in actual sin. That is, thoughts, words, and deeds that are wrong, that are sinful, that go against the law of God. So what is original sin? It is the lack of original righteousness. If you want to hear more about this, come to church. If you want to hear more about salvation, come to church. If you live in the Mustang area, we'd love to have you here at Christ Lutheran Church, as long as you don't have a church home. If you have a church home, please go to your church home. If you don't live in the Mustang area, I encourage you to go to your nearest Lutheran Church Missouri Synod congregation to you and hear more about how God has saved us from sin, saved us from death, and makes us holy in His Son, Jesus Christ. Have a blessed day.